For our top 4 group race today, we have first place from the top 8 group race, Silenza, who got routed. Little Herdez, Raspect, and then Darkness Mist following. Honestly, it was pretty close till the end. I feel like some minor rounding choices would have probably shaken up the lineup pretty heavily. But these will be our top 4 for this group race, and all 4 are about ready. I'm just waiting for a few of them to ready up, and they should be good whenever.
Not starting with anything today. So there's a chance that you can start with something, but not starting with anything. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of digging to find our tools.
Yeah, no, as a little Herdez to ready up, and we should be okay.
Yeah, no, as you mentioned, Silence absolutely just god routed the seed yesterday, and then between the other 3 here, super close between the 3 of them, of who is going to pick or end up where in the final 4. So we'll see if Silence can pull that out again today, or anybody else pulls out a god route, and we'll see what happens. Basically, could be in for a good seed.
Now, this will be a completely spoiler-free seed because no one asynced, and it's only these 4 that are playing it. So we'll see what happens with these guys. I think Dark Stream, just a tiny bit delay. Let me see if a refresh fixes it. Nah, it's not.
Oh, there we go.
Unfortunate.
Yeah,
it's okay. It'll be like 8 seconds behind.
Yeah, not the worst thing. They must have didn't see the timer go up, but that's why we go off of loadless anyways.
Alright, everyone doing their beginning menus, make sure they have things the way they like. No starting items or abilities, because this is a beginner. You do not get really any crit bonuses, you only get what the seed gen gives you at the start.
Finding a negative combo in the GOHS though, so that's nice to have early on. And I actually like this. We have 3 different starts to the game. We have Raspect doing the traditional Pride Land, Silenza is doing Beast Castle, and then Little Herdez and Dark are both going to Agrabah. So different routings is to start it off, which is you like to see that for a good race. So a little bit of divergence to begin with.
Dark is taking the death abuse approach by just taking care of them all before actually pushing chests, I think.
Yeah, I
started with Agrabah.
I think that's a better way to go about it, just because if you get into a chest and you pick up 3 health pluses up to begin with, your death abuses just take that much longer because you're not taking that much damage being beginner settings. But Dark also being the homie, putting everything in the shop for us. So Sword of Ancestor, Ice Cream, Identity Disc, Beast Castle, and Scimitar are in the shop.
A lot of pretty okay unlocks. Unfortunately, no membership card, one of the bigger unlocks.
Yeah, Hollow Bastion 1, you have just a small handful of checks. The check density is always locked behind that second visit, so unfortunately not seeing that. You would hope to see it so you can get early access to that. But hopefully it's not too far in where it was last time it was Zaldin who was holding the membership card last seed.
Zigbar.
Oh, Zigbar, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Little Herdez actually picking up the other negative combo in the first 3 chests of LOD. So honestly, if you really wanted to get just early progression points, you could just do Roxas. It's not a bad idea.
Also picking up the first torn page and getting a hint that there is a reflect in the world that never was. So a little bit of information there. Again, having that double negative, you could opt to do a quick push to get a few more checks going up to Zigbar.
And I will say, from this Pridelands visit, honestly, it seems like a pretty disappointing visit.
Yeah, I didn't see if they picked up anything notable, like tool-wise, like explosion or any movements. Just finding Genie, so not a good first part of the visit, to be honest.
Yeah, and they do have another glide, so that's pretty okay itself. Aside from that, no important checks.
Yeah, having the glide is nice. That glide difference is very noticeable to begin with. And opting to go straight into Disney Castle, where they pick up Wisdom Form in the courtyard. So, having an early form, they could opt. They don't really have magic, so don't know if you'd look to do much leveling with it here, or if you just go straight into the mini push here. Okay, opted to do a little bit. Probably just going to get level 2 and then dip back in. We did see Dark. Yeah, we did see Dark pick up another Torn Page on levels. So an early Torn Page on levels. So having 2 pages right now. We'll see if anybody opts to go do the first 2 areas of 100 Acre Wood.
Yeah, I believe most people would. It's just the mini game itself is the questionable choice. It's runner preference.
Right. I think all these runners here are going to opt to skip the mini game unless the 100 Acre gets hinted relatively early, or they find, a few handful of pages where they can just opt to go in and do multiple checks at once.
Oh wow, there was an XP boost in Agrabah. That's really solid.
Oh, and Dark found
that at some point.
First proof.
Back at this again, and at least Identity Disc is in the shop. So you can actually route around this and put off SP for a pretty long time if you really want to. Like, in theory, you can try to save screens for as late as you can or as comfortable as you can, as obviously you'll want to try to do some XP grinding off of it. But otherwise, if you can get levels elsewhere, maybe you just do screens and just finish it within like 5 seconds or the 10 seconds you need for it.
Yeah, depending on where you need to go. I do like that mindset of holding off screens as long as you can, just because you're going to have to come to this world. Find the tools that are going to make your XP grind, the fastest as possible, so you can stay in there and just take care of the enemies.
And from Rav's side, they do pick up Torn Page at the end of Mini Escort. They also have a Reflect, super nice. Meanwhile, I think that was another Torn Page. No, sorry. Yeah, we already have a page from Agrabah. So it's already 3 pages on the table. I mean, maybe in theory you could just push the minigames and just see if you get lucky. You will get progression points as you go.
Right, yeah. I think having the 2, and then if Ravspec does decide to go into Agrabah, having the 3 pages, I think then you can honestly just do the mini games. See if you get lucky, like you said.
Okay, we do see Dark opting to not do the minigame. Again, totally fair. It's unhinted. It's kind of a risk too at the moment. We do get our first hints from Little Herdez's side of things. Beast has a 32. And so far from Silence's side, we've seen the money pouch. So now it's at 25. So it's a pretty okay number. Though, if you math that out, that can really just be a 799. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do see Ravspec going into Agrabah, so they will pick up that page. So we'll like to see what they do or how deep they decide to go into 100 Acre, even if they bother with all, to be honest.
And we do get a hint from OC that says Proudfang is in SP. Unfortunately, not that useful info at the moment. will say, otherwise, this is a very dry start.
No, this is you're not finding a lot. The best thing you've found so far would be on Raspec's side, the Wisdom Reflect, and then obviously the Proof early on Dark side. It's about the best things you've picked up so far out of these early shotguns.
Right. In terms of abilities, there's been a couple finishing pluses. I believe that there was one in Halloween Town. There was a guard break in Halloween Town as well, a glide in Pride Lands, XP boost in Agrabah, I think a combo boost as well, I forget where. So a lot of okay abilities, but aside from that, don't have much else to work off of. As you said, it's just really that Reflect and Wisdom.
Ooh, according to chat, there is apparently Trinity in Pride Lands as well, so...
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is, yeah. Definitely will make that early Beast Castle play worth it.
The Magic's in a good spot. It can do the one cycle.
Yeah, Magic's in a good spot. If STT gets hinted, you also have that to make your STT faster if you have to go there for any reason. Hopefully, we don't have another STT seed, but rando be rando.
We want an STT seed, surely. I will say this glide diff it actually kind of is real. Honestly, Glide 2 is significantly better than Glide 1, so Rav is currently gaining a pretty sizable advantage over everyone by just doing Pride Lands first. Even though it literally, like, there was nothing there too much, they're already, like, catching up in terms of worlds checked.
Right.
Right, Dark also getting that Beast Castle hint from the mini escort. Rav about to get their hints for Beast Castle. Meanwhile, Silenza just about to get it. So everyone's roughly at the same spot, give or take how you manage your shotguns.
Ooh, and Twilight Town just got revealed off Raspec. Is that a 48 or a 40?
That is I believe that is a 48.
That is a loaded Twilight Town. So hopefully they can find the picture, and then with the ice cream in the shop, you have immediate access to TT3, and you could just start knocking that out. Especially on Raspec's side, you have that Glide 2, so you're definitely not worried about it being slow to get around.
I feel like with these settings and the fact that it is such a large number, I feel like either you force final or you just don't care about it and you just
don't care and just I could see these guys, these racers here, I could see them just saying, I'm not going to force final, I don't care, just get me out of the station fight, I want to get to the bulk of these checks. And who knows, you could just find Light and Darkness in the middle of the beginning of the Twilight Town shotgun.
True. Would help immensely. Technically, final could be there as well, and no one's
final
checked.
As well.
Right, Dark finally going to Pride Lands. We'll get their Glide eventually, as well as their Trinity limit. So that might push them to Beast Castle soon. Herdez taking a peek at the Keyblades. That's 3 accessory slots. Wow. All the Keyblades were... Oh, they were okay. All of them 4-6 or 6-4. I think there was a 1-5-5. Oh, that's all 3 finishing pluses too. Okay.
Wow, that is early to have all 3 of those, so...
Honestly, if these racers know some strats, there is a guard break loop on Roxas where you do guard break, reflect into another guard break. Or sorry, guard break, reflect finisher to a guard break. So some of them could opt to do that. Obviously, I think the double negative combo would be the faster strat, just because it's like going to be the consistent one. You don't have to rely on actually timing the fight and whatnot. That is if they want to go that approach. Again, it's 2 points. It's pretty solid. Ooh, I like this from Silenza, taking a tiny little page out of the Master's books and opting to do the SP shotgun a little bit in reverse order.
Yeah, having that. Yeah, instead of just going upstairs, it's just a lot slower. You have just go ahead, glide around, to make it a lot faster instead of trying to glide up the stairs or even just quick run up them. That is one thing I do like to see, and especially something I've done myself is when watching the Masters play, take some tidbits, tricks here and there that I see them pull out and be like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. So really nice to see Silenza pulling that out, is, you know, making sure they're doing their studies on and watching others improve their gameplay as well.
Yeah, I will say Silenza is known in the active racer community in terms of like the active role in the Discord server and whatnot. He just plays a lot of the master settings.
Yeah, and
so
you know,
he's very well brushed up on knowing, hey, I probably should improve in these, or hey, I can pick up these tiny little strats and work on these things.
Yeah, no, it's definitely nice to see Wayfinders pick it up, playing the Masters settings as well, just to kind of diversify and, you know, get better at the game overall in an overall sense.
Okay, Dark finally going back to Agrabah. They took a early death abuse and decided to go check every other shotgun, just get everything out of the way, take care of death abuses. Kind of coming back here, we'll get a few nice things.
Yeah, so just a lot of overlap between everybody else through all those shotguns, and I'm assuming within the next few minutes we should start seeing some deeper world pushes.
Okay, we actually have our first HP push. Our first check from Herdez. Meanwhile, I believe Silenza will be pushing into Thresholder. Oh, okay, so Herdez has a Magna Burst. That's really nice. Definitely speeds up Bailey for sure.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely help for the Bailey fight. Yeah, because I haven't found any offensive magic. So yeah, having that Magnet Burst is definitely going to work out for them here.
So far, nothing in Bailey. Now, they do have double negative combo. Like, pretty much everyone should have that. So I'm still surprised that they're not opting to immediately put that on for the Bailey fight.
Yeah, that would definitely, yeah. Yeah, it's,
It would speed things up immensely, because that way, you don't have Combo Masters, so you have to land the hits.
Right.
Which, depending on the enemy placement, can be a little tricky.
Mm-hmm. But generally, most of them, especially if you get right on the corner, or right up against the wall, you're gonna grab the majority of the enemies. So I'm not sure if they just, I mean, they looked at their skills. They should have seen they had the double negative, right?
Yeah. Overall, well, they still made good work, though. I think that was pretty much as fast as you can get it with the tools you have.
Right.
So solid enough. Silenza is on through the Thresholder fight. Does get their hints for TT, so they might be convinced to go there next. Yeah, look at that number, 55. There was a Thunder hinted, so that's why it says 48 for some other racers.
That is a loaded TT. So I'm honestly shocked nobody has gone there yet for as big as it is. Even if you just do this shotgun and then leave before the station fight.
Herdez going to Pride Lands, will get their glide. That might just be the one thing that pushes them to go check TT for us finally.
Yeah. And yeah, Yeah, Silenza doesn't have. No, Silenza has the glide.
Yo, well, thanks to the raid,
They
Zach.
don't-
Much appreciated.
they
Thank you, thank you.
haven't gotten that. They're just that glide one.
Okay, does get a thunder for Silenza. That's a magic is nice. I think that's literally our first one.
That is our first offensive
Ooh.
magic and Hori Slash.
That's a solid thing to get to. Also, I believe everyone has checked 100 Acre, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, and
no
Rav
one has done the
finally.
mouse. Okay, finally, absolutely. So no one has done any of 100 Acre minigames, which makes sense. It's a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, not having that hinted.
Oh wait, that's huge in the top left for Silence. You get a magnet off a beast, and now it's an 11. That's a pretty good value. There's a guaranteed 5 whenever you see an 11. It will always be a 2 3s and a 5. I wonder if that'll push him to do this. Yeah, immediately buys Beast Claw.
Immediately is buying that and is gonna go to the dark thorn fight, and then hopefully it's just there and they didn't need that Beast Claw, but
At worst, you just wasted 500.
yeah.
Not too bad. I think that's a fair trade-off. Especially because that way you don't have to waste time to go watch a cutscene or go to the whatever was. Small, tiny optimizations. I will say, from this TT push, I did just notice a combo boost. Very nice. Pan, Cure, still no sign of that Thunder. Otherwise, this TT1 not looking that great. Dark also going into here as well. Okay, slide dash.
Yeah, have a gap closer now. So not the worst things to pick out of. Obviously, still have a few more checks out after the station fight here, and then we'll really see what's left in this world.
As we kind of said it, Rav is doing the station fight. The number's just way too huge, so I feel like you can't ignore it.
Yeah, because we did see that, unfortunately, yesterday, like ignoring the world that never was when it had I believe it was like a 24. Just didn't work out because it had the important check.
Alright, they do get the Thunder. They get a report. Oh, the town is afire. Okay, not, I mean, that is info. That's okay. They also do get their next world reveal. I believe STT is a 14. That's you're talking about it at the beginning. Yeah, 14 is a scary number.
That's a scary number. You don't know if it's a 9-5, 7-7.
At this point, you do kind of have to wait. I feel like you just have to play it a little bit patient and wait for a report. I think Silenza, if Silenza were to go to TT, get the same info, or eventually they'll get that TT hand, they might know what it is off of what off of what Darkthorn gives. Because again, reports can tell you an item, just any random check in the world. One quirk about reports is reports will only hint one item in a single world. So they won't hint 2 items in the same world unless a bunch of worlds are zeros. That's the only stipulation.
Right.
So there's a chance that SCT's 14 could just get hinted, which would be super, super huge. You can just play it a little bit of a long game if you want. Obviously, you do have Trinity, so you could just do it.
You could just do it and make the gamble that it's there. Also, finding double Thunder in Twilight Town. So once they do Beast Castle, because I believe they had the other Thunder, did it not?
Yeah, Beast Castle does have the last Thunder, so pretty easy Thundaga. There was also a Thunder Boost I saw at some point, so this is a Zeus Seed.
Dark is going to push this tower and finish it off. I like the play because you know pretty safely you're gonna be wanting to go to TT3. And that'll also open up the leveling avenue where you can save your screens for later. You can do a lot of your leveling in Twilight Town 3 when they find that picture, of course.
Gonna be hopefully the picture's not in an unfortunate spot like STT. Oh, so I think Silenza is doing the mini games. Okay.
Yeah, you have the 3 pages, so you're gonna be able to go up to the next and get the next couple checks, and then from there, I don't foresee him doing the next mini game though. But maybe they just get it out of the way. Maybe they're gonna gamble on it being another proof in 100 Acre Woods.
Yeah, you can see him in his cam at the moment. He's
pondering
what to do
the
next.
thoughts.
I think just in general doing pages as well for the thinking spot is a really good play. I feel like maybe in Silenza's position, just pushing Beast Castle is probably like the safe play.
Mm-hmm.
Again, 2 reports will get you info. That's 2 progression points. You get Darkthorn. That's another 2 progression points. You'll literally get like a full hint if you just go there. Or almost a full hint. They'll get 4 progression points. They'll have to get 1 more point from going into like the Beast Castle 2 first fight.
No, and I just noticed this on Dark side. There was a fire in the tower, so that just left Twilight Town with a 19.
Now 19s in these settings are guaranteed 5s. There's 1 guaranteed 5, and then it's a 14, which could be another 5-9 or a 7-7.
Or a 7-7, yep. So yeah, right now we're trying to find that picture so we can get deeper in.
As we kind of mentioned, here is oh, Herdez is opting to use Twin Howl on this fight. A little awkward. Oh, that does get the kill. Very nice.
I imagine they're
now
just gonna...
you're out of MP now for the main fight, so it's a little awkward. You probably have to pop a form.
Yeah, they pop a form or a couple ethers if they have. I'm assuming they'd at least have those on. Oh, okay. I mean, that worked out pretty well. Ooh, so yeah, now after Darkthorn, Beast Castle is just left with the 5 again, so that's, in their situation, that's a scary 5, because that could just be a multitude of things right now. You have 2 summons on the board, 2 pages, second chance once more. That's a scary 5 to see right now. And we see Ravspect also going through Hades Escape right now, pushing deeper into OC. I don't believe anybody else has gone this far outside of the shotgun, so we'll see what they can pick up out of here. Obviously, it's still unhinted, so going in blind, but we really don't have too many plays that are open to you right now other than just finishing Beast Castle or going to STT. So it makes sense for them. You're going to get the bulk of your checks for OC after you're done here with Hades Escape and Urns.
Yeah, I feel like a tiny bit of a gamble. I do kind of wish that Rav was utilizing more double negative into the magnet burst. It's a little awkward.
Yeah, I nobody has put on the double negative, and they all have magnet burst, which I'm kind of surprised nobody's at least putting one on to make it a little faster, let alone both.
So Rav is using one. Surprised that it's only one and not the second. So it's a little interesting choice. They aren't done through the Hades escape though, so that's pretty solid. I believe you also did acknowledge this, but man, that 23 on drives is that's gonna be a little spooky. That could potentially be where picture is.
I did not see that 23 on drives. No, I was talking about the 5 that's left in Beast Castle for the second visit.
I might have misheard.
Yeah, because you have 2 summons left, second chance once more, 2 pages, and 2 proofs that you're looking for. So you have a lot of things that 5 can be. So do you wait to see if you take more off the board, or do you just go for it?
I feel like in Herdez's shoes, you probably should have just done the second visit. It's pretty easy to do with the tools you have. You really just reflect into a Twin Howl, and that should kill them all. It's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the Zaldin fight, you can opt to just wait on it. In theory, though, you have a Berserk Hori, it works. Or at least Hori in itself.
Hori itself will speed up that fight. Yeah, I see your side there, where they just push up to Zaldin fight and then be like, okay, do I do this? Because you don't know if Rumbling Rose will have the check or not.
I wonder if Dark will be the one who does do the second visit in search of that 5.
Ooh, maybe. I also missed this on Herdez's side too. Hollow Bastion is just a 7. So that's definitely unfortunate for a world like Hollow Bastion, just to see a 7 for the amount of checks.
Yeah, these settings don't really seem to like Hollow Bastion that much.
No, we're just gonna keep kicking Hollow Bastion while it's down.
It's been so low every time.
Core off slides of numbers. It definitely seems to be that way.
I won't say so far for Rav here. They've gotten 2 reports. They have a cure now. So they're pretty solid on progression points. I think they're not really much though to find here. I will say we do get 2 new world reveals, I believe. Oh, never mind. They have the same info as other racers. Disregard. They're close to get world reveals though. If they do the if they do the Hydra fight, they will get 4 points up to that point.
And they do have Fundaga, so I mean, should make that Hydra fight not horrible.
Ooh, in the bottom right here, we see Dark is actually going back to SP. I think they're gonna just XP grind.
They're gonna lose so much.
Oh, they have no armor on. They just have that much HP.
Yeah, they've been picking up a lot of HP. He's gonna lose so much drive off of this. Dark would just be so much better just putting on double negative magnet burst.
Oh, Herdez is also doing the same. I think maybe Herdez might be a
Herdez
bit
also has
harsh, might try to.
Herdez also has like 8 drive. I don't think Dark has that much. It seems like they lost drive for getting hit like 4 times. Shock no one force final. You hardly see people force final in Wayfinders, I think I'm one of the few people that actually will force it.
It's definitely risky, I would say. Like on just normal item placement, it's definitely a bit more risky, especially because you usually don't need the power of final form for a lot of fights.
Right.
I'll say for Dark, they're getting some solid XP. You see that they're doing some good MP management as well. Ranker Z in chat. Or Wowie, I believe is the emote as well.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Okay, so Herdez does have the negative combo and Magna Burst, yeah. So they should be fine.
Yeah, we'll definitely have I believe they'll have a faster grind or faster kills than Dark will just doing Thunder or Thundaga. Okay,
I disagree with this choice. Doing single or doing standing Thundagas, it's a little. I feel like this might, actually, I don't know. This is okay. It's hard to tell which would be faster.
Okay, I can see why they stop. Levels did get hinted, and they're dead after the page, so I can see why they stopped.
That's good. The Wonderful was also getting it's a 32. It's oh, now do we see people go there again?
I feel like after yesterday, you gotta
recency bias.
Yeah.
I will say, I feel like maybe some recency bias is striking right now. We do see Rav is an SDT already. Oh, that's super unfortunate. There's like explosion after, or right before hostile program.
Oh, that's mean.
That's a little silly. Now, I will say that's pretty good for a lot of these racers, because now, if you do XP grinds, which I think see Silenza doing as well, he's about to, then you can just have tools, like you have slightly better tools for Roxas and the rest of the Wonderful was. So if you push after that 32, when you get that hint, it's looking pretty good.
Rav found Master, so there is a 5 left here in World That Never Was. And that's an early Master.
As a hint settings reminder, proofs cannot be hinted by reports. However, if it's just a 5, that's not a proof. That could be hinted by a report. So, for now, we're kind of in the dark. We have zero idea if that's useful or not, and what's here. So, keep an eye out on Rav's STT voyage. Oh, never mind. Okay, that answers everything. It's
okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I think that is literally the 3rd check that you can get in this world. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Rav is looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, Rav is definitely in a great spot. He has 2 proofs. He's just gonna finish this world. There's no other reason you stop.
Yeah, the STT Campbell's pretty solid. Now, in theory, you could argue maybe you can find another Glide, but that's grasping at straws for like arguments.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, I see what Silenza's doing here. He's opting to go for Reflect as his means of getting damage in. Oh, takes a death for it. A little unfortunate.
Yeah, with her stats, I'm just surprised all of them burst, not just the double negative Magnet Burst.
Whoops. That was the sound of a Sprite bottle. Sorry.
Gotta stay hydrated. Oh, and we do see Darka doing Roxas, so pushing the World That Never Was. I like the play. It's a big enough number. you have the tools to make it fast up until Zigbar. Because I don't believe anybody has found Duck Flare yet.
I don't believe so either. I mean, I don't know if it was in the shop. I could spoiler log it. We'll find out. I'll just say yes or no if we have it.
Yeah, that's all we need to know.
Nope.
Okay.
That was easy.
That's all you need to know.
Ooh, unfortunate for Silenza. Gets anti-form here. That's the one problem with using Wisdom so often, and the fact that you have no other forms. You'll just naturally rack up that many anti-points.
Yeah. Finding that reflect on Roxas though, so.
Oh no. He has to keep doing damage to drop that bar, or he takes a dev. And obviously, you probably want to just get as much damage in. He's right about to get it. Okay, he should be fine now. No more panicking. And unfortunate, because it was all just for XP boosting. His level right now, not so great. That's 21. Well, it's level 22. So
Yeah,
this is a rough XP grind.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Poor Herdez. If that was on crit, you would have probably cried a little bit. They got frame trapped by the orb.
Oh no.
You just see it flying towards them in the cutscene. You can't do anything about it. I want to say, I realized we did miss it.
Oh.
Our last proof is in the world never was. It's right after Roxas. So we have man, this is such a good position for Rav, because that's a chunky world that they just got hinted as well, like recently.
Yeah. You finish up STT here. I don't see any reason he goes to any other world.
Well, you go screens, and then at that point, probably maybe go STTF, or sorry, go to the Wonder Voice after, or finish SP. By the way, this is looking really, really solid for Rav, potentially.
Yeah.
They just need to actually make the correct call.
Yeah. Don't put off the world that never was. Backfired last time.
I will say Dark can, in theory, make the same choice. It is, again, a 14, so it's a harder gamble to make.
Yeah, that 14 is definitely a lot harder gamble. So Rav is in a good spot making that gamble. Whereas I don't foresee anybody going there unless they just can't find anything else.
Okay, Dark is going for Berserk Hori here. Herdez is done through Sark, just has to go through MCP fight. Ooh, hopefully Dark can still get this.
Dark should be fine here.
Yeah, okay, solid. Now at this point, do you open chests if you're Dark? Like, you already found the proof. Do you care about what's in these chests? Actually, no, you have to, because you don't know if there's another 5 here.
You don't know that, so you're definitely picking up chests. However, on Rav's side, when they decide to do this, I think once you find that, you just skip everything. I don't think there's any tool you're like, I need this for the fights I have to do.
No, I just looked at the hint. Dark got his next set of hints from the Zigbar fight. That is a 33 LOD. That's not good.
That
that is not good. Oh, so
Launders is a bait.
Really, really poorly.
Launders is bait. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Oh, okay.
That's such a bad number to get.
I feel like everyone else might fall for the bait. Like, look at Little Herdez, they also have that same hint.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here after Oogie, or they have to do a few more, but then I think they're gonna push this.
Oh, they're forcing final. Okay.
Oh, they're just. Oh.
Yeah. At some point they found Light and Dark. Can double check where that came from.
I I did
Central Computer
definitely
Core.
did not.
There we go.
Okay, they're the only ones that push that, so that makes sense.
Honestly, this is a good play. It is a 23 on drive, so without proof knowledge, it's a really, really solid thing to push. The issue, though, is I think because of that, you're kind of obligated now to go to the Wonderful Was, because that's like your only accessible spot, really, to level Final completely. There's obviously a few nobodies strewn around, like you could go Beast Castle, and there's nobody's there. But aside from that, your best bet usually is just the Wonderful Was.
Right, Raspect finished up their STT so that they have their first world done.
Ooh, okay. Please get the kill, Dark. Okay, they should be fine. They made a bold choice to go for Trinity a little early. If you don't know exactly how much damage you're doing, you could literally just get DM'd with like a pixel of Luxord's health bar left. Oh man,
okay,
it's pretty stacked.
Yeah, Rav finishing up Hydra here makes sense.
It's fine.
See if there's a check on here, because obviously Battlefields is still somewhere out in the wild. Ooh, did Silencer got another anti-form?
That's a lot of anti-points. It's not good.
That's
Oh, they get the kill. Wow, nice.
Okay.
I am home is accursed. Yes, it is, Raiden. We have found all 3 proofs, and your home is a 33. So it is unfortunately bait.
This is giant bait. Lauders is bait.
Your people have let people down. Ooh, Rav is trying to level for Master here. Hopefully they get to the Hydra head in time. Oh no, they're a little slow.
Oh no!
That's just a nuisance at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, they're fine now.
So there is one more 3 left in the world that never was.
That could potentially be good. I feel if it hints Master, or if anything hints the Master, this is okay. This is an okay seed. It's solid enough. Oh wow, Flash Step. Okay, pretty solid. I will say, if all things considered, this is an okay Wonderful Was. You get a Reflect, a Magnet, have a Visit Unlock. Albeit it's for a dead world, but...
Yeah.
Or not a dead world. It's for a world you don't necessarily need to go to right now.
Right. Yep, Zemnis is holding the report.
Ooh, and there's... The Rumbling Rose check does give a Torn page, so that is the 5. At least it wasn't on Zaldan. And Silenza will check pages. I think that's fair. You kind of got a really awkward page. So it's like, might as well push it.
Right.
Okay, as we kind of predicted, Rav is pushing into SP now. Going to get those levels. We'll probably finish the rest of the world. And then it'll be interesting to see where they have to go next.
You just look at those 230 worlds and just like...
I mean, they could get baited into LOD, honestly.
They could get baited into it. Like I say, it's a 50-50, but one of those 2 worlds Rav's going to go into. You just see that number and you're like, there's checks.
Okay, I like this choice from Silenza, opting to assume that there's no proof, or assume there might not be a proof here, just check the chest first before doing the escort itself.
Okay, the report on Zemnis, Battlefields of War is on dry forms.
So now that's a 14. Oh boy. Okay, so Silenza opting to go now to the World Never Was. I believe he just didn't do the minigame. Opted not to do it at all.
Yep.
I would say that's an interesting choice. I feel like if you already commit to Spooky, you should maybe still check it anyway.
Right.
You already pushed that far. It's also 2 progression points, so if you're going for the points, it's pretty solid. No, so we do get 2 new world reveals. Halloween Town got revealed, it's a 0. Pridelands also got revealed, it's essentially a 0. The membership card being there, you really don't need that.
Knowing Hollow Bastion is a 7, you're not too worried about going to go find that.
Ooh, Silence is trying to do some of the crit speedrun strats, the Fast and Furious. Fortunately, he's messing up the timing for when to do the reflect finishers. It's definitely a very specific timing. It's pretty hard to do.
Right.
Oh, he gets clipped!
Oh, he gets...
No. Now, I will clarify. Silence is at level 1, essentially, for the one Never Was. Did not really gain that much stats from his XP run. Obviously, he did take a death, did get into an anti-form, so things have not been going his way necessarily. Super unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, do you just... I feel like if you're Silencer, you should just go for the double negative. Alright, Herdez is through Luxord there. Pretty clean fight overall for them. We'll have Dark finishing up SP2 and Rav just entering SP2, so not too far behind on them.
Oh man, I missed that. They got once more. That's really solid.
Oh, that, yeah.
Ooh, okay, so it's still having a bit of struggles. God, this damage is so rough.
Yeah, that XP grind is really coming back to haunt them right now.
Ooh, Herdez is having a bit of an awkward fight here against Syx, I think. Messing up one timing can trip you up heavily, for sure. This should still be a kill, though.
Yeah,
Alright, they got it.
Oh, Silencer gets clipped again.
Oh, I feel like Silence is just full committing to doing the fight on his own terms.
I respect that. But at some point you gotta just be like, okay, I need to change something up.
Oh, and he keeps because he keeps dying, he has to keep doing his menus over again. That's also a tad bit annoying for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh no! We got another hint. We got another couple hints. This is even more bait. So there's 17 in OC, and then there's a 36 Port Royal, which Dark is immediately going to.
Oh no!
So that 14 STT.
That 14 STT. They don't want to do it, and I can see why. I fully understand why.
I respect it. Yeah, it's Rav is just out here making the hero plays and getting rewarded. But now in theory, because Rav has done so much content, they can also get baited into a ton of stuff.
They definitely can.
Herdez will be done through the one of was here. They will unfortunately get that next set of hints after defeating Xemnas here. So we'll see what they opt to do. They'll probably be in the same boat. You could, like, honestly, LOD... between LOD, Port Royal, even OC, because OC is 17. You have a lot of different choices.
Yeah.
Alright, Silenza finally through the Roxas fight. Does take advantage of, I believe, auto limit at some point.
Yeah, Bob, if you are level 1 stats, you can just do the quick run, but they do have access to the double negative, and that's faster than the quick run.
Where do you go? The Port Royal visit from Herdez. No, Port Royal taking souls.
Wait.
Oh no.
Wait, they leave?
Okay, no, that's fair.
Yeah,
Just
that's fair.
But it's literally just in Rumbling Roast check, so they'll still be in the same boat. I wonder if they go back immediately to Port Royal.
Yeah, immediately after this, they'll go back.
So Rav's in go mode. He is pushing Roxas. Will immediately get that proof. It is literally right after Roxas for like leave the Keyblade check to become one. So they'll just get it, and then they're in go mode.
Yep. So yeah, already Rav is in a great spot here. Already having STT finish, being the only one to go to STT. How far did they push into Space Paranoids though? They finished Space Paranoids too, didn't they? Alright, yeah. Rav picks up their proof. They are straight go mode. And yeah, nobody else is even looking at the STT right now. 2 people are baited by Port Royal, and Silence is just finishing up their visit here in the World That Never Was as well. Which, honestly, with how Roxas went, I think Ravspec will catch up to them. Rav is uncatchable, yeah. Rav is taking this unless they just have an absolute meltdown and forget how to do the fights.
I feel like they're guaranteed first. Yeah, it's at this point a competition for second, which is super scary.
Yeah. Like I said, Rav has to have like a giant meltdown, forget how to play the game, internet goes out for like 2 hours. There's just no way anybody's catching Rav.
I feel like maybe in theory Silenza could just be like so in his head he has to realize, okay, let me make a gamble play and guesses just STT. That would be the one thing that helps him potentially.
Well, here's the thing, is Rav is going to lap him just on stats alone, and they'll finish, and that might drive at Silenza when they're done, be like, he had to do some crazy out of this world play, and he's gonna look at that 14 like he probably just went there and got it. We do have Dark finishing up Barbosa here, and the world is still left as like a 23.
That's a huge ass number. Man, that's a shame.
Those are
I feel like at
numbers.
least it's good. No, it's good. At least you don't have the the skill and crossbones. It's kind of good. Oh, okay. Dark is forcing final form. Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense here. But then where do you go? Obviously, we know they need to go into the STT. But from their perspective, you're looking at LOD as that's my next biggest world, so I'm going to go there. You have access to go all the way to Throne Room. All right, Dark, what's your play here? Yup, going straight to that LOD. You see it as your next biggest world, and it makes sense. You really don't want to push into STT, and then on their side they're thinking, oh, at 14 is just a bait. There's no way. But unfortunately, it is. Right, and Rav and Silenza are both on Luxord, and like I said, Rav stats alone immediately just caught up to Luxord, and I actually think they will finish this Luxord fight before Silenza gets into DM range. If not, they'll both finish roughly at the same time. Yep, and there's a DM on Silenza's side. Just gonna take it. Don't have really the best stats to try and go through the skip, so makes sense.
Man, I forget that you could just live through all those hits in beginner.
Yeah, you just face tanking like, I'm fine.
Oh, and yeah, you kind of did mention it, I believe, but LOD from Dark. Oh,
Yeah,
the bigger bait.
You see it as your next biggest world. You don't want to go to STT, but unfortunately, STT happens to be the play. Now we have Herdez finishing up Barbosa here, so we'll have to see what they do, but I'm assuming they're going to be following Dark Step and going to LOD. And there it is.
Will Silenza be the hero and make the correct call and blindly go to STT?
I'm telling you, because at some point Rav is going to go past them and get ahead of them. I think the moment that Rav gets into the GOA and hits finish, I think Rav will, obviously if Silence is looking at that, be like, oh, Rav had to make like a bold play and guess on that 14. That would be my mindset, because I do look at it, and if I saw somebody finish that quick and I'm like, I'm still looking for this, I'm like, what play did they make to get this? And I would look at that 14 and be like, they went STT. Yeah, it will be. We will see what Silence does when they get done with this world here.
I'll say, so far in this LOD, we haven't found anything. Dark is already through the cave fight.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. A blizzard in a page or a report. So absolutely no information. And if you get, yeah, I'm assuming these two, Herdez and Dark, are gonna just go to throne room if they don't get much more information out of here. So, you know, we talked about God routing. Ravspec just absolutely God routed this. They made the bold call. STT was it, and they got paid for it.
Man, this is gonna be crazy to see people's reactions and just hear waste. They finished.
I'm assuming all these guys have the race time open. I would be, obviously some people have their preference that they don't want to look at it. I feel at some point you at least peek over at it and be like, wait, this happened. So yeah, I definitely want to see the reactions coming out here and be like, and then the panic picks, like, oh, what did they do? And then yeah. Yeah, we'll see Ravspec or Silencer will finish their fight first, and Ravspec will just be a few seconds behind them. Going for the Trinity. And right. Yeah, gets the kill. So that is GG's to Ravspec.
Wow. That STT, early STT play, and you just get immediately rewarded for it. That is GG's to Rav. Congrats. They get first. So that's a huge victory for them. Wow.
Oh, and Silencer does make the play of going.
No, LOD.
Everyone is baited.
Souls. Man, this is going to be an interesting race for second.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting race. Do they commit to this throne room?
Now, reminder, you have to do Shan Yu. There is no Shan Yu skip. Oh, there's skill and cross.
Oh no!
You're going back. You're going back to Port Royal. Oh, it's getting worse. Oh no.
This seed is getting worse.
Oh, okay, no, actually that's fair. We go finish LOD. That's the 14 you're gambling on that as well.
Yeah, that being a 14, it makes sense for what they're doing. But man, that is to get a 14 after Shan Yu. And yeah, like you said, they see that skill and cross ones, they're going to go back to PR2.
Yo, Rav, thanks for the raid. GG's, yep. Congrats, baby seat.
Baby seat? Nah, man, you just guessed right on going to SCT. That's all that was. See, Silenza God routed the last one. You God routed this one. It's what it is. I definitely would not say this is a baby seed. Yeah, 14 STT with like that early on. You're most likely thinking that is just giant bait. But as later this is going on, with the amount of 9s that are still left on the board, you got to start thinking one of these is going to be a 9.
I will say, I feel like Dark is kind of in a pretty good spot. They're the most ahead out of all three of these guys.
Yeah,
like they're already about to go to Antechamber here and do this nobody fight.
Yeah. So we'll just hope whatever is here isn't a 9, and then leave it as a 5 to do Storm Rider, because that would be bad. That would be really troll.
That'd be fun. I'm down for Storm Rider.
It would be funny. I'd give you that.
Oh, it's a 7/7.
It's a 7/7. Yeah, you see his leg. I'm dipping. All right, Dark. Do you make the call on the other 14?
No, unfortunately. Now this is still a fine play, but I think it gets worse. We haven't seen Picture.
I haven't seen Picture.
And I think this 23 might have Picture.
This might have Picture. Yeah, and then you're gonna go into Twilight Town. And on Herdez's side, they opted to leave right after LOD1, so that 14 is still on the table for them if they don't find anything they're looking for here. Which obviously they're not going to find what they're looking for, but it could be the Picture, which I think is, in their mindset, the only thing that they want to pull out of this. If it for the 9s. Yeah, I would definitely say LOD2 is way more appealing than going into STT.
The check density is just immediate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what is in this TT or this SP3? No, Port Royal. This gives a Toward page. No, why?
Pages?
Now, cut up pictures, so you still have to check it. Don't put, please.
Yeah.
Actually, put picture on GR2. That would be kind of sick.
Yeah,
and also that might convince them to not go. That actually might convince them.
Yeah.
There's no way they do GR2. Oh, it's
Valor
a Valor form?
Okay.
It's kind of stacked.
You know, for PR, that's a pretty stacked PR if we didn't know where everything was. Obviously, forcing final was a good play because you needed to go all the way to Sean Yu to get that skill and crossbones to then go PR2 to get that final.
And you know what's crazy? Now I'm thinking about it is we have a guaranteed. So from Herdez and Dark's tracker, there's 2 5s remaining. 14s are a mixture of 5, 9, or 7/7. So there's 3 14s sitting on Herdez's tracker right now. They don't have. They have zero idea which of those could be a 5/9 or a 7/7. So they're shooting in the dark right now, going after LOD. But they could still guess wrong and maybe grind forms. We can see Dark going into the 900 acre. They might get that form, or I think it's either a form or Picture. But at that point, you're still in that same position of wow, I'm still guessing. Oh,
and
that's
away they go.
Interesting. Well, let's see what happened there. Wow. We'll hide their stream for a sec. We'll be back. Well, we'll show them as soon as they come back up.
Okay, Dark is back now. Little technical difficulties on Dark then, but back up and running here.
Alright, so Herdez will now be done. Essentially, they'll just have to pick up the chest, but they'll be done through LOD. Do they go check? I feel like maybe check STT. I don't know. That's the only easily accessible and currently accessible 14. And you do have to think of racer mentality as well. And the fact that Rab did finish so quick of, there's no way Rab did all this content this fast if I'm playing. Because I'm like also clearing just as fast.
Yeah, that's if they have that, looking at that race time, they could have no idea. Okay. Yep, Herdez making the play.
Okay. I think this might be it.
Yeah, unless either one of these two immediately go right after, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a good GG.
Yeah, Dark literally could maybe make this if he immediately goes to STT. That's the only way that Dark can make this. However, Dark has every 1 page, so I think they might just full commit to this 9, then check forms. Herdez did enter around like 109.01, I think, or around then.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Like a little more than that. But they're currently ahead on load lists compared to everyone else, and obviously the load lists will drop as they go further into STT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their stats are up there, level ahead on level. Yeah, I think Dark is the only one.
Silence getting ahead of himself, forgetting to do the light cycle fight. And what's crazy is that we know from Silence's end, it wasn't in any of these chests because he checked them all. He just didn't do the escort. Mm-hmm. So if it is just a form on Starry Hill, and then forms just give you 2 7s, this would be super unfortunate.
Yeah.
I feel like in theory you could have potentially solved the seed if you just maybe leveled Valor, or solved the drives rather. Like maybe Valor levels just have a 7 on it.
Right. I think the only thing that will prevent them from doing drives is if limit here is on Starry Hill. I think that would be the only thing that could drive them going straight to STT.
All right, well, it's on Starry Hill. Do we gotta yeet? Oh, we don't. It's just limit form. Super late.
Yeah. Hopefully they just immediately go to STT with this. 'Cause yeah, Herdez has picked up their proof. They are go mode.
Oh, and Dark is gonna level.
He's gonna level form, which is unfortunately not the play.
I think this will be it. Now it really is just the watching Herdez go through the cutscene. Obviously, Herdez will skip literally every chest. There's zero reason to check any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious where these checks on drives are.
Yeah, it would either have... Well, it'd have to be at most a drive 6. Or no, it could be a 7. Because we know Master was in STT.
Yeah, it actually could be anywhere on forms. They're all in logic.
That is a scary thing to say.
Aerial dodge. It's not on limit 6.
No,
They're gonna go level final. That makes sense. Just super unfortunate. And also, that definitely is one thing that you can consider in these kinds of races that sometimes you kind of potentially can't forget is race time meta, like racer mentality. If you start up on people or just know, hey, I know this person's likely to not do this. If they finish early, you can say, hey, they probably didn't do all this chain logic content. I should probably stop. It's kind of hard to think of that though on the fly. But it has come up in a few races at times. We've seen it in a lot of Kurt races where people can win or lose because they realized, oh, I should probably not do this content because X racer finished already.
Yeah, knowing the people that you're racing up against, like, oh, I saw these guys finish against doing certain content, so I'm gonna avoid that.
Oh, and Silenza falls for the PR bait as well. Now that's all of PR 1 and 2 now.
They never step foot into PR. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, unfortunately for Silenza, a lot of this just comes down to the screen's leveling. It really did set him back with the death and the anti-form.
You know, I'm thinking about it. We haven't seen Chicken. I'm just realizing. So maybe the 14 on drives in theory could be a picture and a chicken or something.
Picture and chicken. I mean, we haven't seen anything, and we've got 3 gonna have 3 drives up to level 6.
Yeah, because there's one unaccounted 5. We know there's a 5 in TT. Where's this last 5?
Look.
I feel like it has to be drives. Yeah. For going off of like Herdez's tracker alone, I think the only spot you can't put that 5 is there.
No. It would be Twilight Town because Twilight Town 2 is a 19, so it's going to be a 9 and 2 5.
Oh, it's a 14. I guess there's no difference then between that 14 and the TT's 14.
Yeah, because we know the proof is in STT, so. And we're only looking for 1 9 because we know where the other 2 are. Right. So it would have to be 955 in Twilight Town. So Second Chance and Chicken Hat would be in Twilight Town. So there's just 2 random magics here. Man, are both of these magics is gonna be on the 7? That's cruel.
There's no way. Well, okay, so Dark still has to level Wisdom, still has to level. Actually, no, it's literally just Wisdom.
Yeah, they finished this up to 6, and then it's just Wisdom.
Yeah. Okay, Herdez on their way to the Axel 2 fight, and I think that will be GG's.
Doing a little Auto Master. I don't think they will get much drive orbs though. Guess it's time to flip the breaker. Go do it.
No.
Leave it off for a few hours here. Let him come back.
No.
Yeah, so that will indeed be GG's for Little Herdez here, and we will have the final 2 set up.
Yeah, just needs to return to the GOA, and that is
GG's.
GG's to Little Herdez. Big congrats, finishing at a 117.37. Wow. Honestly, this is also another wild seed in terms of there was so much bait and you just had to eventually like math out and realize, okay, or math out and logic that, hey, I should probably commit to SDT.
Yup, it was another bait seed just staring you at the face, and honestly, there's just not much you could do about that. The only thing you could really do is sit there, take a few minutes, and try and math it out. But with where they were at, being so late, but having so much on the board, it is really hard to math that out just on the fly.
And that will be our bracket. So we do have our finalists for King of the Worlds. Congrats to Raspect and Little Herdez for making it to the finals. This is fourth format. Herdez is in this the fourth and final two group race, or final two race, or the 1v1 rather. So will Herdez keep the perfect streak all four finals won, or will Rav, with the route and the way they're playing, will they be able to break that streak? So that's gonna be an exciting race to see.
Everybody in chat better be rooting for Ravspec to dethrone Herdez here.
Man, that's gonna be an exciting seed. Oh my God.
Definitely is going to be a good seed, and between both of them, honestly, they played well throughout every format that they've played. They've honestly just played well, so it'll be a good matchup between the two.
You're in for Daz. Let's go, Raiden. Let's go, both players. Yeah, honestly, super big performance from these guys. Now, reminder as well that Silence and Dark did auto-qualify for final bracket, so they are guaranteed to be in the remainder of the tournament. They're just knocked out for just this one race. So it is not the end of these guys. We'll see them in a couple weeks for that. So that should be exciting. They actually got quite a decent break before final bracket.
Yeah, we'll get to sit in top 8 waiting for those matches, so they won't have to. They'll get a nice break to kind of sit back, relax, and maybe get a few practice rounds in.
Anyhow.